Welcome to Awake on O.O.K Radio TV. My name is Eni Yanufale. Just call me Sakadeli, and today we have.
Omolara Svensson, welcome.
All right, that name is always a tongue twister for me, but I guess I'll get
You
used to it.
consume too much amala, that's fine.
Oh, I get it now. Welcome to Awake, everyone. Yes, and because it's awake, you need to be up and doing. So today we'll be talking about something that we all would learn from. Just like we say awake, we need to be, on our toes. So yeah, today we're talking about the effect of ignorance on agriculture. How amazing is that?
Yeah, well, most of the problems we have as a nation is it comes down to ignorance in
Mm,
most cases. And
mm,
in this sector, that is one uh, problem we have, not just as farmers, as traders, as fabricators, food processors, everyone in the sector really.
mm.
And ignorance kills faster than diseases
So to say,
itself.
yeah, right.
Yeah, so it's a topic that we have to keep talking and talking and talking about. I mean, I've been speaking about this on radio, on
Mm.
other platforms,
Uh,
yes, but yes, we have to keep talking about ignorance, how it is affecting us
mhm.
as farmers, how it is affecting us as agribusiness, um, or shall I say traders,
Okay.
commodity traders. Yeah.
Okay, I know something about agriculture that you can join. However, it could be from the beginning and it could be from the bottom. I think the
Yeah.
chain. So yes, now we need to get ourselves equipped with a lot of knowledge because before you venture into agri, the very first thing you need to do is find knowledge. So yes, let's talk about the effectiveness or the effect, beg your pardon, of ignorance on agriculture.
The effect is all negative.
Mm.
The effect is it's causing us the main major problem we have now as a nation.
Mm.
We can't feed ourselves.
Ah, it's hard.
It's sad.
Mm.
It's
And
heartbreaking.
when hunger hits,
It
I mean,
is
I
it's
mean, just
actually hitting. It's just that you know how they say that when it hasn't really gotten to you, you
mm.
keep saying God forbid. But it's actually it is
Can you
we are
imagine?
it is an emergency,
Mm,
and ignorance at the grassroots is
mm,
still excusable to a certain extent.
mm,
But ignorance at the middle uh, class,
mm,
or shall I say the educated
mm.
farmers, is
Okay.
not an excuse. You can't give excuse to anyone in the industry today that is still ignorant or is still caught up in
Not knowing so much
not in
about it.
some yeah it's I mean the information is everywhere
Mm,
basically,
mm.
both the right and the wrong ones, but the point is you can't afford to still remain in that bubbles as a farmer or as anyone that is in the agribusiness
Mm,
sector.
mm. Okay, it's actually a thing. Okay, she already spoke about the fact that it is all negative. And if you look at it fully, it is actually negative. So, shall we discuss the possible ways to reduce the negative effect of ignorance on grassroots agriculture?
Today we're going to be talking a lot to our government
Okay.
because there are two powerful means or sources of impacting change in a society:
Okay.
the government and the media.
Mm,
So I'm going to start with the government.
okay.
When government wants to pass across any sort of messages, they start by creating policies,
Mm,
right? When policies is being passed into law, they then go take the final or the most important step, which is implementing the policy. Government has to start creating agri extensions
mm,
for our farmers. The real farmers, I mean, I keep saying it always. There are three categories of farmers. There are the
Polish.
political farmers,
Okay.
and there are the farmers that are, oh, I have a PhD in agri-economics.
Okay.
When last were you on the farm? Oh no, that'd be about 6, 7 years ago.
Oh.
We have that category of farmers
Okay.
as well. When we have the farmers that are the farmers that lives in the farm, they breathe agriculture. All they know how to do is to cultivate, is to farm. Those are the real farmers. Well, those are the farmers. We're all farmers,
Mm,
whichever category you fall into. Those are the farmers that the government needs to create a lot of agri extension
mm,
trainings for, because knowledge is power.
It is hard.
If you have a knowledge, the right knowledge about anything, you can't be ignorant.
Course, of
So
course.
it's lack of education and lack of the right sort of knowledge that gives back to ignorance. And you see, the painful part of this is that it is in all part of farming that this ignorance is actually hitting us negatively. So first off, the major job, the major what's it called, duty falls on
The
the
government.
government.
Mm.
The government needs to start educating our farmers, the ones, especially the ones that are on the farmland, cultivating, you know, harvesting, producing the food that we all consume. I mean, when I say educating them for a basic thing as the method of cultivation, method of land preparation, why and how they need to prepare their lands, from basic things, these are basics, but very, very important. I mean, there is a whole lot that our farmers waste in the process of cultivating because they do not have the right knowledge. So why should you put 8 seed in one spot of planting when you can actually use an hybrid seed and you don't need more than two, and you're sure that one out of the two would definitely germinate? All this basic, I call them simple knowledge, but they're very basic and very, very important. A lot of our farmers, the ones that are actually cultivating what we consume, they do not have this knowledge. Why is it important for you to have your proper gears on you when you go on the farmland, regardless how spiritually strong you think you are to a snake or scorpion bite and all of that? Why should you also, as a farmer, plan your life, plan your cultivation, plan your well-being? Why should you have the right sort of agri insurance? Why should you be a member of a functional cooperative society? All of this knowledge is what the government needs to start inputting in our farmers, because let's be frank, our farmers has really not been treated well by the government. So it will be difficult for you to see, for instance, a cassava farmer that farms cultivates cassava now and has to live hand to mouth for the next 12 months when he harvests and make some money to cater for his family, to say, now I want to go for an extension, agric extension course to educate myself. Are you kidding? Even if he wants to, he can't afford it. That is why this is it's government, and government again. Because we have a couple of farmers that are that understands the fact that, look, I need to get more knowledge. I need to know what's going on. I need to keep updating myself, but cannot afford to do so. Well, I think we should take a quick short break. If you're going to move, let it be that you're moving your muscle to share the links with your friends and, as you say, and your enemies, and tell them about O.O.K Farms Agricultural TV. We'll see you in a bit. Thank you.
The existence and survival of the human race is solely dependent on agriculture. O.O.K Farms is a hub designed to cater for all your agricultural needs. We breathe agriculture. Now, no more troubles, as you can now join our multi-purpose Farmers Cooperative Society. We provide numerous opportunities, support, right network, credit facilities, and grants both locally and internationally. We are keen on our members' success, and we provide the right agro insurance.
At O.O.K Farms, we render services such as contract farming, commodity branding and export, as well as sales and lease of farmland. Our Agribusiness Academy is tailored towards equipping you through your journey in the agribusiness industry. For more information, visit ookgroup.ng.
We are also actively and professionally involved in agri-media. Download our app on Android and find us on Radio Garden at O.O.K Farms Radio. We're located at 60 Decad House, Ring Road, Ibadan, Oyo State. Agriculture, our
Welcome back to Awake with O.O.K Farms. My name is Omolara Svensson. O.O.K Farms TV, it's your number one agricultural themed television in the country. Awake comes your way every Wednesday, 1 p.m. Nigerian West African time. Awake with O.O.K Farms is a TV program where we come together to acquire wealth and knowledge for our individual empowerment. And today with me in the studio is the Saka with the Deli. Saka Deli is with me in the studio today, and we are looking at ways where we can reduce the ignorance that our farmers are facing, especially the grassroots farmers.
Okay, it's a lot actually, if you ask me. And agriculture is actually a very long chain, right from those who tills the ground to, to farm down to the final consumer. So sometimes you'd actually see that some farmers, like you made mention of
Mhm.
earlier, they would have certain products, and just while you're trying to negotiate the price with them, that some farmers as well come out of the farm to sell.
Mhm.
You probably see them on the way while you're
Mhm.
traveling and all
Mhm.
of that. And then you'll be like, okay, can I take this for 5 naira? And they'll be like, okay. So, like a couple, some of them have spoken to me like, rather let it go to bad than sell to you for that price.
Mhm.
So, I mean, if a farmer should
Mhm.
get knowledge, knowing to well, like, if
Mhm.
I have something that I can sell as low as 5 naira, and I can still get back my money for maybe the crop, maybe the money for the real
Something.
sweat
I
that I
mean,
got,
yeah.
yeah, that I put into it, then I can still, use this one for some other things to
Mhm.
myself, because I'll still get other gains from
Mhm.
other products. But a lot of them be like, I'd rather let it go to spoil than, sell it at this price. And I feel like it's because they're not getting so much education as well, like you spoke
Exactly.
about.
So that is the understanding and the knowledge of trading.
Mm,
So most of our
exactly.
farmers, you see, this is why I keep saying government needs to set up agri extension.
Mm,
At the taking it a bit higher is why we are set up OK Agribusiness Academy for those that can read and write.
yes.
But the sort of people that would say this to you, I know would be your real grassroots farmers.
Mm,
Government needs to intervene. Government needs to set up agric extensions in our local languages. That's Yoruba, Hausa, basically the three major languages,
mhm,
and even if possible, Pidgin English.
mhm.
Because that way a lot of other people would be able
Join
to
in.
join in. So our farmers actually do shoot themselves on the foot a lot because they do not have the knowledge of trading. They do not understand the concept of trading. It's all about, oh, this is one bag. No measurement. This bag should give me, if I have 20 bags, it will give me so amount, and I've made my money back, and then
Mm.
I still have some change to live on. Meanwhile, if they are just scaled those bags,
They know exactly
they could
what it
actually they
was.
know they could actually get twice or three times whatever it is they're getting from the bag, because if you say these are 5 bags, this could weigh 150 kg while this is weighing 80 kg, but you've sold the 5 bags for the price of 80 kg, you actually shot yourself on the foot. But
Yes.
these are farmers, they do not really understand the concept of trading, which is part of the ignorance that we're speaking about. So if government sets up an agric extension, for instance, that educates these farmers on, oh look, when you scale your products or your
Mm.
produces, you are actually doing yourself it's called fair trade.
Okay.
So you're trading fairly between you and the aggregator.
Mm.
That's the off taker.
Yeah.
If you scale your goods, the off taker knows that. That's why at okay, when we get calls from farmers and they say, oh, okay, please, I have 500 bags of soya to sell, and I just go, what is that?
Right.
500 bags now. Give me 2 million. I said, 500 bags of what? Is it how many kg or is it metric tons? Say,
You want to hear?
which one is that? Yeah. Okay, okay. Oh, okay. Come and measure it yourself. So we try to educate them that look, you just cannot say bag. There are different types of bags, and the bags are weighing different weights.
Mm.
So all of this, and at the end of the day, most of the time, 99.999% of the time, they actually are shooting themselves on the food. So, and that's why you see that when they harvest, they say farmers are poor because they're not maximizing the profit. They're not making they're not getting what is due for them from what they have harvested. And that's another way to look at it, And again, if you bring it up to like the educated farmers, the one that can read and write, they also make this mistake. So they go, oh, I want to go, for instance, I want to go into commodity export,
Mm.
and they just say, oh, I want to go into, I know someone that loaded sweet potatoes in containers to ship to Europe. And by the time we got there, it was all rotten.
I can
You
imagine.
can ship potatoes, but it has to be refrigerated container.
Wow. And it must have lost a lot of money.
A lot. You see, so these are the things that is why I say to people, just don't say, oh, I've retired. This goes to
And
retiring.
then,
I have money. I want to go into agri, and you don't get the knowledge. You don't acquire the knowledge, the right knowledge that you get your feet, your toes, and everything once, So this it goes in different stages. But today we're talking about the grassroots farmers.
okay.
Government
Mhm.
needs to help.
And I should quickly put in something to that different stages of knowledge when it comes to this, agriculture, the part of life that we're speaking about. There's the basic, there is the intermediate, there is the advanced. There are all sorts, right?
Mhm.
Because I mean, for a farmer who knows, okay, when I'm planting, I'm supposed to put a little bit of, is it what's it called now? Germinator? What's that called?
Fertilizer.
Fertilizer. Thank you. I'm supposed to put a little bit of fertilizer, and then I'm going to get this. And this person does not know what next to do afterwards, how to preserve it, like you just mentioned. I mean, it goes bad. And let us not forget about their health too. They just go on and working, and they don't know when to take a break. They don't know how to check their.
That works into. I mean, some farmers will tell me, oh, okay, why should I pay for insurance?
Hmm.
And then I ask them, why should you pay for medication when you're ill?
Hmm.
But because they do not have the knowledge, they do not understand it. Why should anyone that goes on the farm on a daily basis and use all sorts of equipment, runs high risk of being bitten by reptiles, not have an accident
Insurance.
cover policy insurance? I mean, to you and I, it seems like, why would you know? And to them, they're like, why
Why
should
should
I?
I?
So that's the gap. It's the knowledge. This knowledge, okay, farms can't do the job. Like,
Alone.
okay, farms can't do the job alone. Government needs to take this seriously. And the media needs to keep talking about it, because if we continue at the pace where we are, there will be no food for us to eat in another 5 years.
Insecurity on the way.
Yeah.
And then I remember seeing a farmland where we had okay, not to sound racist, but we had people who, were other race on the farmland, and they had machines too. So the woman was chopping off the bad tomatoes and dropping it in the tractor, and she was taking the fresh one and dropping it in another tractor. So when I asked, like, okay, so why is this one? She was like, oh, they would redefine it for something else. And eventually, when I saw some of the products that came out of those tomatoes that she chopped off and cleaned, I was like, wow,
Wow. Yeah.
this is something. So yes, we need a lot of,
knowledge.
yes, we need a lot of teaching. We need a lot of education for our farmers as well. And definitely a lot of money is involved in agriculture. Do you know what it is if okay, for instance, you're not starving. It's just that you decided, maybe it's for religious reasons, you decide to just abstain from food for say 30 days, like, the Muslims would, 30,
Mhm.
31 days
Mhm.
or lesser, do you know how you'd look afterwards?
After the Ramadan, you mean?
Yo, I mean, you understand what I'm talking about, right? We know how this is. Now imagine that you are deliberately starving yourself for 2 days, 3 days, a week. When
Mhm.
you come out, everybody would have to ask,
Ask what's going on.
Sharale,
Yeah. Is
Alafia
everything
Lavale.
is everything okay with you?
So,
I mean, no one can do without food. And that's why I say to
nobody.
people that look, as a farm, I say to our farmers at O.O.K farms that when you walk with your your head high up. Because truth is there is no profession that
Yeah,
is as important as your profession,
true
because
that.
whoever you are on earth, you must eat. It's just where to start from.
Do you know,
And
I have this.
this
Sorry to
is
cut you.
agriculture. This is as a
Yeah.
result of agriculture. Agriculture is just life itself. It's our sustenance. It's without it, we would not even be existing. So it's not something that we government can still be sleeping on.
Mm.
That's one. And this is also not something that we, the people, can also be sleeping on, because the second way that I believe we can reduce the ignorance with grassroots farmers is with we, the people. But I think before we go into that, we'll take a quick short break. But please, do not move a muscle. If you have to, let it be that you're sharing the links with your friend and a friend and a friend and a friend and even your enemy. And also remember that you can always watch us on YouTube or OK Farms at your convenience. We'll see you shortly. Thank you.
The existence and survival of the human race is solely dependent on agriculture. O.O.K Farms is a hub designed to cater for all your agricultural needs. We breathe agriculture.
Now, no more troubles, as you can now join our multi-purpose Farmers Cooperative Society. We provide numerous opportunities, support, rights network, credit facilities, and grants both locally and internationally. We are keen on our members' success, and we provide the right agro insurance.
At O.O.K Farms, we render services such as contract farming, commodity branding and export, as well as sales and lease of farmland. Our Agribusiness Academy is tailored towards equipping you through your journey in the agribusiness industry. For more information, visit ookgroup.ng.
We are also actively and professionally involved in agri-media. Download our app on Android and find us on Radio Garden at O.O.K Farms Radio. We're located at 60 Decad House, Ring Road, Ibadan, Oyo State. Agriculture, our way. existence and survival of the human race is solely dependent on agriculture. O.O.K Farms is a hub designed to cater for all your agricultural needs. We breathe agriculture.
Now, no more troubles, as you can now join our multi-purpose Farmers Cooperative Society. We provide numerous opportunities, support, rights network, credit facilities, and grants both locally and internationally. We are keen on our members' success, and we provide the right agro insurance.
At O.O.K Farms, we render services such as contract farming, commodity branding and export, as well as sales and lease of farmland. Our Agribusiness Academy is tailored towards equipping you through your journey in the agribusiness industry. For more information, visit ookgroup.ng.
We are also actively and professionally involved in agri-media. Download our app on Android and find us on Radio Garden at O.O.K Farms Radio. We're located at 60 Decad House, Ring Road, Ibadan, Oyo State. Agriculture, our way.
Welcome back. This is Awake with O.O.K Farms on O.O.K Farms TV, your number one agricultural television in Nigeria. Awake with O.O.K Farms is a TV program where we come together to acquire wealth and knowledge for our individual empowerment. This program is brought to you every Wednesday, 1 p.m. Nigerian West African time. And today, myself and Saka with the Daily have been talking about measures that can be taken in reducing ignorance amongst the grassroots farmers.
Yes, most definitely. And just before we came back, we're talking about how certain food and fruits be out of season, and that is only peculiar to Nigeria, which is not a good thing. I remember a 5-year-old after, was it what I think it was in May or thereabouts, some months after, avocado was no longer in season, she started to ask for avocado, and we're like, bro, we no longer have avocado. No,
Mhm.
what's it? Maybe you have to, take a short trip. But for now, no avocado in this part. So it's really sad
Mm.
that you're enjoying a particular fruit or food, and all of a sudden, when you go to the market, you could walk major markets where you get these things freely some other time when it is in season, and they tell you it's out of season. Why? When other people in other developed worlds be like, oh, I'm eating this, and you're like, oh, is that not out of season? And they
Mhm.
laugh like it's never out
The
of
season,
season.
right? You see, this is part of what I complain about when it comes to us as a people, as a people and our government.
Mm.
We have misplaced our priorities.
Sad.
Really sad. It is only in Nigeria we are still cultivating according to the natural weather,
Mm.
despite the fact that God has given us the knowledge, the technology, the know-how to be able to cultivate whatever you want to cultivate all year round with the help of so many techniques, actually greenhouse, mechanized farming, irrigation method, and what have you. So there is no reason why. I mean, when I was growing up, you can only at most harvest corn twice a year. They'll say, it's corn season, everybody's going crazy. I remember my grandmother would be storing corn in the fridge, blah, 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 blah. And then, they say it's, dry season corn harvest. But no, we harvest corn all year round
Ah,
because we use irrigation. Why do we have seasonal? Why is corn seasonal? It's basically because corn needs a lot of water
okay.
compared to like cassava, for
Mm.
instance. So if you're able to plant your corn in January and you have access to water it at least twice a day, you will still harvest corn. So it wasn't actually really rocket science, for you to be able to harvest corn all year round. And we have the greenhouse method as well, so same thing applies to fruits. There are some countries in the world now that they cultivate um 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 mango
Okay.
You know, in Nigeria, we still have seasons for mango. Oh, cherry mango,
Yeah.
Ogbongisho mango, and it
Yeah.
comes out as a certain period
Do you know
of the
how
year.
excited people are when it
Yeah, you know, but all of this can be modified and can be cultivated and harvested all through the year.
Yeah.
Practically all a farm produce, really, because the knowledge, the know-how, it's there for us already. But until we as a people start prioritizing our priority and taking action,
Hmm.
we will still remain in 19 Bogodoro.
Okay,
I tell you.
so UAE now have okay, they'll target artificial rain where there was a drone that was used to
Mm-hmm,
release
mm-hmm,
water, and then I saw that now in UAE there's Africa. So
mm-hmm,
they came to Africa, they got our plants,
mm-hmm,
almost everything that you get,
mm-hmm,
Nigeria, South Africa, name
mm-hmm,
it
mm-hmm.
Africa.
And then they
They have
start.
it on their own. So when they'll be like, "Oh, I'm going to Africa in UAE," and I'm like, "Africa?" They're like, "Yeah,"
Yeah.
and it was
Mm-hmm,
really colorful to
mm-hmm,
see. So.
mm-hmm.
Maybe we still have a long way to go.
Mhm,
Mm,
mhm.
we
We
really
have
do.
misplaced our priorities, and now we're paying a very, very huge price for it. I remember a couple of years while I was still much, maybe like your age. I
Mm.
know a couple of um, um, what do you call them now? Emirates, Emirates. What do you call people from the middle? From you just mentioned it from the Gulf, like people from Dubai, from Emiratis. Is that what
Emeritus?
no, Emirates that from the Emirates. You
Oh,
know, they come to Nigeria. They come to Nigeria
okay, yes.
to get our fruits. I'm not kidding.
Mm,
So when they live with pineapples. They live with name it, whatever it is you have that is, that our pineapple. They just don't understand how we're not growing it in tons and tons and tons. Yes, the Emirates. That's what they're called.
mm,
Get with me? So it's 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 something that the only explanation that we can give to this is that we're just ignorant of who we are and what we have. Because if we really understand
mm.
what we have as a people, none of us will be complaining of hunger,
Yeah,
unemployment,
scarcity,
or
season,
food,
seasonal
what is
food.
state of emergency for food
Mm,
supply.
mm,
It is because on the larger scale, we actually really do not understand what we have
mm.
as people.
And it's really sad that if there be one person who decides to take up the responsibility for his or her own community,
Hmm.
you would be surprised at the tons of people that will stand against this.
Hmm.
Because I remember one time we had to move to a place and it was a lot of erosion, and this man was like, "Okay, I could, build up gutters for everyone. Every street you get to, there's gutter." And we were like, "Why?"
Hmm.
And while they tried to force it, we had Omonile coming off like,
Uh-huh.
"What are you trying to build there?"
Ignorance. Ignorance. I mean, I'm sorry I had to use this. It's like when you're talking with someone that has,
Right.
yeah, they'll believe they're making point, but they actually are ignorant. They do not, it's just ignorance. If it is not that we are ignorant of who we are
Mm,
and what we have, why would we? I mean, if you travel to a country like, if you travel to the UK, right, and you're living from Heathrow to maybe like Somerset or something, right, left, and center, you see farmland being cultivated. You'd even see them from like September. They're rolling up the grass for their livestock to consume during
mm.
winter when it's cold. So you see farmland, right, left. You see farmland. Excuse me, I have a question. Where you're going from Ibadan to Lagos, what do you see right and left?
Cows trying to feed on people's farmland.
Is there even farmland? You mean bushes?
Right. But okay, I know that sometime in Ekiti there was, this
Lagos Ibadan Expressway. What do you
listen,
see?
I don't see that. I don't see much of that.
Nothing. You just see forest.
Yeah.
Some lands
Lying.
that we could be cultivating. And then, I use Heathrow to Somerset and Lagos to Ibadan because at least these are places I go often and I see. So when you go during summer like this, you see their farmland is green, whatever it is they've cultivated, either it's the feed for the animal feed or whatnot. You see it all green and nice potatoes, cabbage, lettuce, whatever. It's all nice, right, left, and center. And then I come home And I drive out of Lagos after Kara, and I stop seeing civilization, no more houses. My right like this, I'll see trees that are ogbonge trees that has been there since I was in primary school. To my left, same thing. And if you travel round southwest, this is all you see. If you travel from Ibadan, for instance, to Ekiti, few places you will see, scattered here and there, people cultivating. And you and I, if you come now, please thank God that nobody is even going to say, it's insecurity. When did insecurity start? 7, 6, 5 years, 8 years ago. Before then, what have we been doing with our farmlands? Now that everything is coming down, what are we still doing with our farmlands?
Okay, and speaking about farmlands, speaking about livestock as well. I mean, it's still all about agriculture. I saw this where a man was feeding his cattle with strawberry, and I was like, not in Nigeria anyway.
Of course.
And I was like, why?
What do you mean, why?
I don't know. I was trying to ask a plenty questions like, why this strawberry? I only get to see it on just maybe you're leaving
Supermarkets, and it's expensive.
maybe you're leaving Abuja to Just, or you're coming in from Just. That's when I see all these fresh things. So why?
Why?
Why are you giving an animal when you can give humans? Okay, it was really funny, but I just
No, you don't want to say that to people that are animal. What do you call them now?
Lovers.
Yeah.
Don't feel.
Yes.
Yeah, I understand. Of course, this one is a farmer. So
Yeah.
asking. So okay, I mean, with these animals would bring out fresh produce as well.
Yes.
A cow that does not bring out a fresh produce in
After
this
eating
Nigeria.
strawberry.
So it's
You
just
know?
a lot like that.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't even have enough strawberries to consume.
We don't have any.
I mean,
Basically. We don't have, we're in Ibadan, and most of the strawberries you see in supermarkets in Ibadan, in Lagos, in Abuja, they're imported. When I see things like that, I want to cry.
and they're going to spoil in Jos.
Yeah.
Like, you see them and you're like, no, I've had enough for today.
Yeah.
Transportation and all
so
of
that's
that.
why I said government first, for the grassroots farmers, and then we the people. If you bring out 10 youths today, none of them wants to go into agriculture.
Yeah, white collar jobs.
None of them want to go into agriculture. And it is because of their ignorance. That's it. They lack the knowledge. They do not really understand what agriculture is all about and the sustainable and enormous wealth that is in agriculture. Because if you understand it, believe me, I keep saying it. Look at Netherlands. It's not magic. It's not juju. It's not God. It's just them prioritizing their priority.
It is not, it is well.
No, it is not. It is well. No. And it is not when we do it. God had already overdo already for us. That's the truth. Because like you said, we have the land. Our land, it flows with milk and honey. That's the best way I can explain it. There was a woman, she blends pepper. So there was a crack on a concrete floor, a crack. And peppers grew out of the crack.
Yeah, much.
Yeah, so when you go now, and you can also pluck a couple of pepper from her. So what else do we want God to do for us, Bikoni?
I mean,
do you understand? So because there has been a lot of controversy when I say God has nothing to do with this. And what I practically am saying is that God has given us everything. See, it's time we wake up. This is not about praying. This is not about fasting. No. Pray for people that has incurable diseases. When it comes to food that we eat, agriculture and all of that, it is we that needs to put, even the Bible says, faith without work.
Dead.
It's dead. It's we that need to work into what God will come down because to help us cultivate land.
No, and it's funny because agriculture is actually wide. Now you see some
agriculture is actually
like okay. You see some persons already talking about planting crops. We're not even spoken about livestock. Do you know how much money talk about money first because it looks like that's what everybody's looking for.
How much money is in piggery?
In chicken, birds.
No, chicken is popular.
Ooh.
eggs are popular. Almost everyone eats eggs, apart from those that are watching their cholesterol.
Mhm.
You know,
I saw ostrich egg the other day, and someone was telling me
see,
like,
this is what happens when you are newly being introduced to agriculture.
and
A lot of things will be you'll be
yeah,
having discoveries,
yo,
and you'll be like, oh yeah.
and someone was saying like, do you know how many yolks are in that egg? I was like, I can't even imagine. And it was like, because of this, I'm going to break it so you say. I almost went crazy. Like, what? So
Do you know? I ask you again. Do you know approximately how much pig it is we consume only in Ibadan a day?
Hmm, I don't know, but I know it was much.
Thousands of it.
Imagine.
And this is an animal that is not popular, because we know that our
Yes,
Muslims
yeah,
brothers and sisters,
some
kò
religion.
sí bọ́n ṣe lè pín fún ẹlẹ́dẹ̀ tó lè kan lè mọ́mú.
Yeah, some
They
of them
don't
don't.
consume.
Yes,
No, all Muslims don't
I mean
consume it.
some religion aside.
Yeah, aside even
Muslim.
other religion aside Islam doesn't
Mm,
consume it. So now take that, put it on cow,
mm.
put it on goat, put it on sheep, put it on chicken, put it on eggs, put it on snail, put it on mushroom, put it on tomatoes, put it on okra, put it on efo shoko, efo green, ewedu. That
Even
go
pepper, green.
green pepper, tatache, bawa, you know, onions,
What needs to be
garlic,
done?
ginger.
Guinea fowl.
I will, you know. So, what excuse do we actually have as a nation to be poor? And now, the best part of this is all of this are exportable.
Yeah.
And we haven't even mentioned, we've not gone on grains, we've not gone on tuber crops, you know, we've not gone on fruits, you know, we've not really done, yeah, we have,
Yeah, peanuts. We really
you
do.
know, we have shea butter.
And then when they get,
We have the palm.
peanuts
And
out
you know,
from
when you
here.
talk about oil palm, the oil palm itself, the shell is
Mm.
money. The white stuff, ekuro, that is in the shell is also so. I mean, it's just we've not spoken about cocoa, we've not spoken about cashew. You know, we've not spoken about millet, we've not spoken about sesame seed, we've not spoken about gum arabic. You know, just go on and on. Nation, no,
And then they
one
take this
nation
out of
can
us.
produce all of this
They take
and
this
more.
from us, and then they
And then
come
there's
back to sell it back
coconuts.
to us.
We've not spoken about coconut, plantain, banana.
There's a lot going on there. There's a lot. So I saw this package where someone delivered to us, and it's pepper. Basically, it's atagungun, but then they already added, seasoning to it.
So you just
Added.
use it to cook your jollof rice straight up. That's it. Like so many things to be done. We've not spoken about catfish.
Do you
We've
even
not spoken about honey. You know, we have the best ginger species the world. We've not spoken about hibiscus. You know, so
we really need to get our jacket working.
yeah.
Look at what country is that I saw some persons talking about kilishi. And I was like, they say kilishi in Abuja. Yeah. Some people doing it.
Uh-huh.
Say,
And we have kuli kuli.
it's a lot. It's a lot, right?
So I
Nigeria,
mean,
wake up, wake
it's
up.
just a whole lot. So the second way that we can reduce ignorance in the grassroots farmers is by the so-called, what do we call ourselves now?
Human.
Educated
Okay.
farmers. You know, to also wake up. We need,
Mm.
as a people, not just the farmers, to wake up and realize that we are sitting on gold and throwing away gold on a daily basis. We'll take a quick short break, and when we come back, we'll take the third ways or method we believe can reduce ignorance amongst grassroots farmers. This is O.O.K Farms Agricultural TV on your program, Awake with O.O.K TV. Omolara here and Sakadeli. We'll see you in a bit.
The existence and survival of the human race is solely dependent on agriculture. O.O.K Farms is a hub designed to cater for all your agricultural needs. We breathe agriculture.
no more troubles, as you can now join our multi-purpose Farmers Cooperative Society. We provide numerous opportunities, support, right network, credit facilities, and grants both locally and internationally. We are keen on our members' success, and we provide the right agro insurance.
At O.O.K Farms, we render services such as contract farming, commodity branding and export, as well as sales and lease of farmland. Our Agribusiness Academy is tailored towards equipping you through your journey in the agribusiness industry. For more information, visit ookgroup.ng.
We're also actively and professionally involved in agri-media. Download our app on Android and find us on Radio Garden at O.O.K Farms Radio. We're located at 60 Decad House, Ring Road, Ibadan, Oyo State. Agriculture, our
Thank you for joining us. This is still Awake on OK Farms Radio TV with Omolara Svensson.
Reduce
And
the amala
Kelly.
consumption for like a year.
But really, I can't do without Omolara. I'm sorry. We're back on your set. Stay with us. Okay. So
Oh, yeah, well, yes, welcome back. And I hope you have been sharing the link. I mean, you can't be keeping this sort of juicy
yeah.
knowledge and information just to yourself. That is when God will not be happy. The gods will not be happy. Yeah, welcome back to Awake with O.O.K Farms TV. And as Sakadeli rightfully said, we've been talking about methods or what we can do, all of us can do to reduce ignorance amongst the grassroots farmers, because their ignorance is costing all of us our
Yes.
survival.
Yeah, I mean, if I have to buy one bowl of gari
No, you're
for
going too far. Normally I don't shop like that because I get from the farm.
okay,
But yesterday, because I wasn't at the farm this weekend, I was doing inspection,
okay,
so I only got lime. Please, people should come to my house and come and take some lime.
okay.
I these massive trees of lime on the farm. It was just wasting away, and on the tree there was so we were just picking.
Mhm.
So I didn't know what I was thinking when I was. Maybe we should just sell on YouTube or something.
Yeah, right.
But
Okay,
anyways,
so
I have a lot of lime at home now, so I was not able to get vegetables. That's where I was going this weekend. So yesterday I had to stop by Dugbe Market and also to see one of our customers there that buys livestock from us. We haven't heard from her in a while. So I was like, let me just use one stone and kill as many
20 birds.
birds as possible. So I went to see Mama Medina. Oh, how are you doing? You have not ordered for livestock. What's going on? We shall chatted. Mama said, I koja yemi. If you're a farmer, you're enjoying it. Oh. Go and buy okra. Oh. I can't remember the last time I bought okra. I said, hello, Lele. She said, 350. I said, of them looked at me like, where is this woman coming from? She said, Patient Kalu. Like,
What are you resurrecting from?
I said, oh, she has to be back on. I said, no, I said, okay, give me 1,000 naira okra.
Very
And I'll just take in the farm, and I take it for granted. And I say, it's been long I had this. This they are roasted Titus fish.
okay.
Let me just have this okra, use this roasted Titus fish to make stew and amala. Oh man, makes sense, girl. And it's been raining.
Things are pricey. They are for real.
So I saw one big looking nice one like this. She put the big one on top. This market
Yeah,
window.
catchy.
So I said, hello, Lele, like how much is this? She said 1,002. I said, Fukine. Like O.O.K, Titus, 1,002 for one. Mama Medina was like, it's like you've not been to the market in a while. I said, I be farmer. I don't buy all these things. But my point is, I feel Nigerians pain yesterday.
Wow. A lot is going on.
And they just put how many tomato like this. They'll not say, these three like this, 1,000.
Oh, as I see the
Because in our farm, as you're walking, you'll be picking tomato on the floor. So each time, once I go to the farm, I come home with tomato, rodo. In short, in my compound, I have rodo, I have ewedu. So I don't have to, but I have bitter leaf, I have scent leaf. So when I got to the market yesterday, I was shocked. And I now start asking myself that people that has children like me, that are just consuming food, how are they coping? It's not funny anymore.
spoiler alert, things are expensive and you were all clowned up yesterday. So they're like,
And money has come.
so that's exactly what happened. So things are expensive and you look good. So they're
Especially
like,
when it comes to money, my bad accent came out straight on. Again. So, but the fact is, we need these farmers
we really
to
do.
get out of their ignorant situation so that we can still have food to
On our
consume.
table. On our
Because the way things are going now, this is an emergency. I'm sure we all know. I mean, for the president of the nation to declare state of emergency, then things are really getting out of
things
hand.
are getting out of
So the third measures we think or we believe that should be put in place is the media. Mhm. The media needs to start talking more about agriculture. Otherwise, there will not be media left for it. Because if you're not hungry, how can you carry camera or how can you post? I mean, for youngsters like yourself, when you're hungry, can you still do Instagram posting, reels?
Well, when I'm hungry, you really don't want to see me when
You
I'm
don't see
hungry.
the screen.
I'd be like vegetable. Like you have to call me like 3 times. I'm like, are you calling me?
So for us to be able to keep posting on social media, for there to be any sort of media activities, the media also has a massive role to play, especially the terrestrial
Yeah, radio.
radios and all of that are speaking our local dialects and all has a lot of work to do.
Okay, and there is a big difference between food and good food. Sometimes, have you ever been in that situation where you go to the market and you buy, tomatoes, and after cooking, it's like it's sour. you'll feel bad. Like,
Esa. Yoruba say esa tomato. It simply means that the ones that's gone bad.
yeah, but then they somehow will sell it and they quickly will blend it. And that's why like, no, don't blend it though. Let's blend out. So and they quickly blend it, and then when you're done cooking, you're like, wow, why is this tasting so bad? Despite the fact that money is gone to waste, the energy is gone to waste. You wanted food. That's why you put in so much effort. So yes, we need to reach out to these farmers, tell them how much we appreciate them. Some persons be like, I do not know how to give to you because I assume you already have so much. But if there is a farmer who probably sells, who you plants cassava and all of that, the next time you're coming from wherever, have a child ever given you a flower he took from the next compound? It makes you feel good, like, oh my God, it's the thought that counts. So make them feel human, and talking to them, like they're low lifers is a no. Make them feel make them feel good, and appreciate them all the time. Kind words go a long way. Give to them in case you don't give to them.
And on that note, and on that note as well, you see people walk into ShopRite, pick banana that is worth 500 naira and pay 1,500 for it.
Yeah.
And then you see a farmer on the roadside,
and then that's how you
giving
want
you
to bring
twice
out
the
bargaining
banana
power.
for 200 naira. Emma Sure, and you be warning yourself. And you start pricing them. I mean, this thing, it gets, sometimes when I'm traveling, I'll stop. I say, I won't stop pricing. Hey,
Like,
do you understand? Because by the time you get to Ibadan, you will pay 10 times for this same thing that this man that is standing on the road to pay to sell to you. So that's another way we need to, and we need to keep
them.
teaching our children as well that, look, there is no dignity when you cannot grow the food that you eat.
No dignity.
No. A nation that can't feed itself is a failed nation. It is sad. It's a shame that we have everything that we have in Nigeria, and we are saying, which was the English that the president used? Please borrow me.
Food emergency.
Food
Security.
Yeah, insecurity. Wow. Why? For what? A country like Nigeria, as blessed as we are,
when you want to present an unsatisfying situation, you look for a word to mesmerize the person.
Insecurity.
I mean,
let us just sit down and think, why should we have food insecurity, people? Why? The pepper in my compound, I did not plan it to. It's just that when we pepper, that's where we pour water.
And then it grew.
So I woke up one day. If right now, in short, now we pluck it, now blend and keep in the freezer so it doesn't go bad on it. The one that even surprised me most, I had to remove more than 10 big trees. It's scent leaf, because scent leaf comes with a lot of feed on it. You just wake up like this. This scent leaf has now, look like weed, grown, like grown roots. And so what is our problem? So
if you want to see where foods are left to spoil, maybe take a trip towards Ocean State. There's this part of Ikire.
May not visit Norvex. If you're in Lagos, visit my 12 late in the evening.
Go to Ikire. Some persons will kill for plantain, right?
You just see
a pile of it.
Yeah. How do you say it? What's it?
Yeah, it's fun.
There's rotten. Sorry, my Yoruba really took part of me today. I'm getting really emotional because I don't know why all of us are not agitated. That how could we? It's like you are you are living in the ocean and you're thirsty. That's what this food insecurity.
And you're someone selling water to you. Yes, give me.
I'm thirsty, and you are the one selling the water. It's exactly the situation that we have found ourselves. I see the director waving at us that we're too chatty. We have to go. Thank you for tuning in today. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we'll be doing a recap of what we've been talking about, and also we will be talking to you about the services and products of O.O.K Farms. Do not blink an eye.
The existence and survival of the human race is solely dependent on agriculture. O.O.K Farms is a hub designed to cater for all you agricultural needs. We breathe agriculture.
Now, no more troubles, as you can now join our multi-purpose Farmers Cooperative Society. We provide numerous opportunities, support, rights network, credit facilities, and grants both locally and internationally. We are keen on our members' success, and we provide the right agro insurance.
At O.O.K Farms, we render services such as contract farming, commodity branding and export, as well as sales and lease of farmland. Our Agribusiness Academy is tailored towards equipping you through your journey in the agribusiness industry. For more information, visit ookgroup.ng.
We are also actively and professionally involved in agri-media. Download our app on Android and find us on Radio Garden at O.O.K Farms Radio. We're located at 60 Decad House, Ring Road, Ibadan, Oyo State. Agriculture.
Shout out to Josh. Josh be doing a very good job behind cameras, and sometimes I'd be like, this guy, this your big head, knowledgeable.
You're shouting out to Josh and you're also
No,
abusing out to him.
it goes side by side.
That when a Nigerian babe says you have big head, you
Oh.
the guy is cute.
Josh and I have actually come a long way. He knows exactly what I'm talking about.
So he
because
knows
his head-
he knows you're actually
No, he had big.
complimenting him.
He had big actually.
Okay. Shout out to Josh with the big hair. Welcome back to Awake with O.O.K Farms TV. This is your agricultural themed television and your program where we all gather to acquire wealth and knowledge for our individual and collective empowerment.
Yeah, we all need it. We all need it. If you have that little garden at your backyard that's been growing, whatever, whatnot, what is, you need to, get some knowledge. I know
Get
these
Rodo,
grandparents.
just cut it and sprinkle it on it. That's it.
I know these grandparents who would go to this particular place in Apata to get some crops, plants, and then
Nice.
and they take it to that place. I didn't want to give advice, but they did.
Yes, I
Take
think.
it to their place.
And you could
and
also
they
go
grow
to
it.
O.O.K's office to
Mhm.
get your seed
Mhm.
to plant. Though we don't give it for free, though.
We sell it. Of
We
course,
sell
they buy it.
They buy it at
don't-
Nile too. So yeah,
they
so
don't-
we
they don't
sell
get
it.
for free.
Yeah, well, so today we have been talking about measures and steps that we need to take to cure the ignorance amongst the grassroots farmers.
We really
Number
do
one
need
was
to.
government.
Yes.
Government.
Yeah, everything government.
Everything, most things government. Number two is we the people, for the people. Always we the people or by the people.
Yeah, we are the one eating this thing. So yeah, you and I.
Is our land.
Mhm.
Is we that we also suffer when there is
Yeah.
security emergency.
Food
Food
insecurity.
insecurity emergency. And also the media. Please,
Yeah.
the media needs to start portray we the farmers in the right light. And people should stop asking me, are you sure you're a farmer? You
Yeah.
look prettier. You look too pretty to be a farmer. Please, actually gets on my nerves. So anyone that watches it, and you said that to me before, don't say it again.
Okay,
I
you've
don't
been pardoned.
appreciate it. Please, farmers are pretty smart, intelligent people like moi.
Yeah.
Okay, so these are the points that we have been touching on today. And moving forward, we'd like to talk to you about who we are, what we do, what services we render, and what products we have at O.O.K Farms.
You look at this. Okay, there's this thing that I caught back then in Lagos when you're in the bus. They're like, hey, go to Ayos, okay?
This we've got the ether too much. I said that.
Oh, taking it from one place to another. Anyways, I got this OK Farms produce. This is honey in case you're looking to buy original and not adulterated like you see, somewhere else. I don't want to mention names. This we got it for you here, affordable, but of course original because we know, a lot is going on in Nigeria right now. Nigeria as well is going through.
Yeah, a lot of people are consuming sugar and they believe they were consuming honey.
Nah,
No,
this
that's
is-
not with us.
We don't do search over
Mm-mm.
here.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so this is she butter too. I like the fact that Okay, well, both Omodudu on here, right? So you can actually use this. Another person be like, "What do you use? What do you use?" Funny enough, I don't spend so much on body cream. Oh. I don't have the money. I said Molo some minutes ago, so you should know. So shea butter is a thing that you could use on your baby. Some of you have babies, and then you're bleaching the
I mean,
baby
my
up
my
already.
12-year-old son said, "Mommy, can I have that your shea butter?" And I said, "Yeah, shea butter." I said, "No, the one you mix with agi agmo." I said, "I don't disgrace me."
Adi
As
agbo.
an Abeokuta boy, he's called Adi Agbo. That's just palm
I can
kernel.
imagine. Yeah.
So this, okay, I don't want to give out free tips,
Yeah. I
but
mean,
come closer. Don't let that hear. Adi Agbo
mhm,
or almond oil or
imagine.
any kind of oil, just mix it in your food blend. Make sure there's no pepper in the food blend,
Yeah.
and you see, you look like me.
Yeah, you really need it. So for babies, you don't need to, apply all sort of chemicals on them. You need shea butter
Mhm.
for them. They have rash. Sometimes you don't understand what your skin is like. You might just want to go for shea butter and see it glow in no time. So there's
Please wait.
honey,
Is
there's
it
shea
shea
butter,
butter or shea butter? You know, so we be grassroots.
there's shea butter.
See,
Guys,
they say it's
don't mind this
butter.
woman. Oh, there's
Don't
Gary.
worry. Because I don't know this sheep butter, but since they say sheep, these days there's a lot of adjective and pronoun and nouns everywhere. Worry, shea butter.
Ori,
For those of us that are,
you know,
in midlife
you
age,
know,
middle life age,
going through it on.
going through it all. You see, for the Gen Z, is she what? Let's say it now.
She butter. Don't mind this
She
woman.
butter.
There is fufu.
Okay.
There is Gary. Okay, so
Yeah.
I mean, so sometimes you go to buy Gary
Mhm.
and it's tasting like sorrow and long suffering. It's not our own over here. Oh.
So it's surprising.
Yeah, right. There is.
I told Delhi.
No, it be giving you you're feeding, but you're so mad at yourself. Like, why?
No,
Why does it
that's
have to
not
taste
okay,
like
Gary.
this now? So we have a
And
good
so you
Gary.
run the risk of getting addicted to
So
something
yeah,
okay.
bro.
The other day I was telling Fumi, she said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm tired, I'm just getting home." I now send a picture of O.O.K guy out. She said, Madam Shewa, okay, we don't raw. I said, "I know, I've been longing for this guy now."
Gary, you got
Because it's been raining for
Mhm.
for like 1 month every day, and I've not had Gary. So our Gary is just top notch, no
Mhm.
dirt, no stones. And like they did the advert department they said the first thing they wrote in the flyer is, "Oh, okay, Gary, it slaps."
Yeah,
I just laughed that
it's
if a foreigner should read this, they'll be like,
okay.
you want me to
Oh,
get Gary that
okay.
will slap me. But of course, when we say it slap, you know
Yeah.
what that
Yeah,
is.
sometimes you go to the market and you're like, show
Like,
come, they say taste it. And you're like,
you know. So yeah.
there's
And of
fufu as
course,
well. If you love fufu.
Odorless Fufu
Yeah.
is from Niji Foods, is a paid advert. So you can also reach out to us if you want Odorless Fufu. And we have the O.O.K rice.
Mm-hmm.
Please, again, don't send message on WhatsApp to ask. It's not Indian rice. We are all about African products.
Mm-hmm.
It's locally grown, processed in Nigeria. Tiantiwa is Tiwantiwa.
Yes,
No
please.
stones, no shaft, no death, no third, second particles. I'm trying to talk like
Yes.
you.
Oh, well.
Yeah. And when it comes to the services that we render at O.O.K Farms, okay, so we do contract farming. You can go back on YouTube and watch Farmers No Awake last week. Awake, I believe it was, where we spoke about what contract farming is all about. We have 4 categories of contract farming. It's basically you hire us to do the farming for you and you pay us. And then we do export commodity. We do export commodity aggregation. We also have our own fertilizers called EMR fertilizer, and we sell farm inputs inclusive of the seed, the agrochemicals, the sales and lease of farm equipment. And in the same light, we have the O.O.K Agribusiness Academy that is actually in session. We also have our cooperative, which gives you access to mini credit up to the tone of 10 million naira, access to the right sort of
The nice mini
network.
10 million naira.
Well, farmers will reach
You
people. So 10 million
balls.
naira is
Yeah.
mini credit.
It's mini.
And shekere money.
You know that thing on social media? They say when you see her, Mila. Okay, moving on.
Find out. And we also have the cooperative, like I said, where you have access to the right network of people like yourself, and also right network to off-takers, both locally and internationally. The opportunities are endless. So please visit us on our website, ookgroup.ng, and click on any of the what's it called, for you to know the academy, the cooperative, the what we do, who we are, and all of that. So this is some of the services that we render at O.O.K Farms. And if you like to reach out to us, like I said, we have our website www.ookgroup.ng, and for the radio TV, place your adverts with O.O.K Farms Radio TV. We also can produce your adverts for you, both jingles, video adverts, whichever one you want. Also, you can also reach out to us on ookfarmstv.com.ng or ookfarmsradio.com.ng. Our program schedules are on our website, and you can download our app on O.O.K Farms on Android, and you can also find us on, what's that one called?
iOS.
Radio Garden.
Okay.
Radio Garden. You can find us on Radio Garden, and we're on YouTube. O.O.K Farms. YouTube has made life so you can always watch this
Easy.
anytime.
Yeah.
You can also watch on our website as
Yes,
well.
please.
You just click on documentaries, and if you like to give us a call or you like to send us WhatsApp or text message, we are here to pick your calls, respond to your WhatsApp message on +234 816 111 2003. Did I leave out anything? Maybe the office address?
No. Okay. Office address. We're at DCAT building, beside the fuel station on Ring Road in Badon. All right, guys. So this is where we have to wrap. Thank you so much. Thank you to T, who stood by all day long. Like, yeah, I want to see what's going on in there. And my name's Annie Yanufali, but just call me Sakadeli.
Saka with the Deli.
You already know.
And thank you for tuning in for another episode of Awake with O.O.K Farms. Awake with O.O.K Farms, as you already know, comes your way every Wednesday, 1 p.m. Nigerian West African time. Remember that our TV comes live on a daily basis, and on Monday we have Farmers Morning Cafe with your beautiful Omolara. And on Tuesday you have
Farmer's Guard.
Farmers Guard with Saka with the Deli. And on Wednesday, hello, I'm here again with Awake. On Thursday, we have Agbelokon. And on Friday, we have What is Trending. All of our programs you can always watch at your convenience by clicking on documentaries on ookfarmstv.com.ng or on our YouTube channel, O.O.K Farms. And until I come your way again, remember, the only wealth we have is agriculture.
Yeah.
Take care.
Bye.